Okay, so if you have children in first grade, all you really should and have to really show them is the first three notes, B, A, and G. But you really start with just the first note for about 2 months. You could stay on it because there's all kinds of things you can do. You can do like if you have a favorite verse, like right now it's spring, so we have March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers. And what you could do with that is you could just take the rhythm of that speech, March winds and April showers, and you can actually just play a B on that rhythm. So that's one thing you could do with just one note. Another thing you can do is imitate a bird. You can imitate bird sounds. You could have them just discover how this works. Like, does it work if I put my finger here? No, they have to discover. It's all about the discovery of sound, imitating sounds, and you can even make up games with it. You could do a listen and freeze game where when you play, and then when you stop, they freeze. Then you continue to play, and this is just one note. And then they freeze. And you can just do that for a while. That's a fun game to do. And you can have songs that you can follow and then just kind of imitate the rhythms of those songs, and they can follow along with that. But it's really more about discovery and play and movement with the 6-year-old in first grade.
Right. So they're learning how to hold it. They're learning how to make the sounds. They're not going to be playing shortening bread in the first grade, I'm assuming.
Right.
Right. Okay. Right. They're just going to play very simple little songs, right?
How to hold it, how it works, discovery of sound. It's more about maybe adding just a little bit to the circle time, where you're spending maybe 5 or 10 minutes on it. And take it from there, and hopefully by the end of the year you'll have 3 songs and they can play like Mary Had a Little Lamb maybe. So if you get to that, then you've mastered the kindergarten in first grade. Your 6-year-old, they can do it. And by the time they turn 7, then that's when you just introduce the 5 notes. And you do really simple little songs. And there's another thing you can do with even the 6-year-old, but I do this with my 7-year-olds too, is I'll play a rhythm and then they copy. So maybe I'll take a B and an A and I'll go, and then they'd have to imitate that rhythm. And that's called call and response. So those are just some of the introductory things you can do with your 6-year-old to 7-year-old.
Okay, so does it depend? I mean, is this are you considering 6-year-old is first grade or 7-year-old is first grade, or does it just depend?
It kind of move into
right.
From 6 to 7 is kind of.
Well, if you have a younger first grader, which it happens, right, depending on their birthday, then you start off and do a little slower. And if you've got a little older one, then you can kind of move along if they catch on, right, and kind of move through.
Exactly. Yeah. So I see somebody has a question. They said, I think it's Isabel. She says her daughter is the youngest in her first grade Waldorf class and is struggling on her instrument. Her teacher suggested I get her and myself a Corey flute to play with this summer. Do you have any ideas on how I can make this fun and engaging? I'm sorry, and encouraging. Okay, so Isabel, I would just recommend that you set up a plan for what your daughter is interested in, and find out what makes her happy. Like a lot of girls, they like ponies, they like horses. So I would maybe find some rhymes or songs about ponies. And then you can use, like I said, the rhyme for the ponies. I know there's a song called Did You Go to the Barney, which is a pentatonic song. Did you go to the Barney? Yes, ma'am. Did you ride my muley? Yes, ma'am. And so you could find songs like that and maybe imitate those rhythms. And you could clap those rhythms because they're establishing rhythms at that age. And also just singing and trying to find a fun music curriculum to go with it. I do have a music curriculum called Living Music from the Heart that I've created. And now it's only accessed if you take private music lessons with me online, then you get access with this, because I feel like people need to be encouraged on how to come up with a plan for their family and to how to make it fun. And also they need a little bit of someone who has music experience that can help them see what they need and what their family is lacking. And so, Donna, should I talk about the product now?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're saying is great. If you don't have any musical experience, like for you or for me who are musical, we can easily come up with something or a game, but Isabel may not be able to come up with something. She's already asking, could she and I take lessons with you? Yeah, we're going to give you guys some information about Jody's. Yeah, she's got a few spots available and she's amazing. So yeah, it's hard. I think we sort of times not to take advantage, we take for granted, oh, you just do this and you just do this and you just do this. But sometimes it's like, I'm sure you realize from your clients that people don't always think that way if you don't know, thinking about the rhythm and doing the things. But I'm just trying to think back when my kids, when we were learning, but I played the flute for 4 years. So I had that, and I knew how to read music and sing. So I had that musical background in order to help them. And when she was saying things do fun, sometimes the girls wanted to go outside. We would go in the backyard. For some reason, they thought that was really neat, that we were going to play the instruments in the backyard. I mean, it didn't seem like it was any big deal, but it was like someplace new. And well, the acoustics are different, right? When you go outdoors.
Right.
And you could go out and you could listen to a bird or something and kind of imitate the sounds you hear. Like that could be a fun game just by, hearing chattering of the squirrels or a certain bird and then following the patterns or something like that.
And that's what I have in my music curriculum is we imitate sounds in the world, even like a train, we'll imitate that, we'll imitate different birds, and we'll imitate rain or running and walking. Just there's all kinds of things you can imitate in the world, and that makes it fun and creative. And I also have games inside there that you play as well. That's musical games. That's a great plan. But I have now pulled my curriculum off my website because I want to be able to give it to you now as you sign up privately with me for at least 4 lessons, so that I can kind of help shape a plan for you and your family, kind of like a consultation, as well as a few techniques and how to play the instrument and what to teach your family and kind of pull from what y'all love and to help you come up with your own plan. I even have little practice plans that we can write out that kind of leads you into practicing throughout the week and get you going on that.
Great. All right. Awesome. All right. Are we covering anything else? I'm just looking through you've got a music checklist. Do you want to just kind of go through that quickly, but they can also get a copy of that, right?